Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, where today we'll be going through the October login calendar. I'd just like to say a big thanks. We're up to 62 subscribers now, so thank you ever so much for everybody who subscribed. I really do appreciate every single one of you, and I also appreciate anybody who just checks out the video, whether it's for 2 minutes, for the full duration. Just thank you to for supporting the channel, for giving me the views. And yeah, I'm buzzing, so thank you ever so much for that. So yeah, as I was saying, the October login calendar. So let's go through it. Nice little touch again. It looks like basically it's exactly the same as last month, which was the new improved updated one, but this time there's a new featured hero. So the featured hero this month is, and I'm going to butcher this, but I challenge anybody whose English is their first language to do better than I did. Right, so it's Horacio del Heredia. I think I've got that right. So yeah, again, it's another epic character, so it's so good to see him actually putting epic shards into the calendar. It makes such a big difference, it really does. As I said, getting your commons and your rares are fairly easy, so it's nice that they've got a way of giving, as I said, progressing players and people like me. I'm probably mid-tier, I'm not quite end game yet, but I'm mid-tier. And obviously, as you can see by the picture, these fragments are going to help me out. So yeah, it's such a nice little touch that they're doing this. And as I said, if you're just starting off the game, you will at least get him as a 1-star. I mean, I'll get 38 fragments because I'm subscribed. So yeah, even if you're not subscribed, I think it works out about 30 odd. That's going to give you a 1-star epic hero, so always a nice thing to do when you get into the game. So let's just have a look at what you're getting this month for the new hero. Right, so he's an enforcer tank. As I said, he is of epic rarity, and he's got a few nice little abilities. So he's got a couple of passives. So the first one is Assassin's Training, which hones defensive capabilities. Defense is permanently increased by 20%. So just by going in the mission, his defense is automatically better than your average character because it's one of his passive abilities. So always nice to have. Obviously, being a tank, it makes sense that he's got some obviously sort of defensive ability to obviously help him tank more and more damage. The other passive ability he's got is Last Stand. Reduces all incoming damage when low on health. Basically reduces, at the star I've got him, is at a rank 3. Incoming damage is decreased by 35% when under 25% health. So coupled nicely with the passive above, when below 25% you're going to take 55% less damage. So always nice. And a couple of his little abilities he's got is Knight's Resolve. Use the Hospitality Teaching, buff self healing and defensive for a short duration. So basically, his health goes up by 20% and his defense by 30% for 15 ticks. So depending on how quickly you can get through enemies, obviously depends on how long into the chapter you can get this going. But it's a nice ability. So with everything else, he is a good tank. I mean, as I said, with his passive abilities and this on top, at the rank I've got him, you're basically got 90%, I think it is, or 85% damage reduction. So always nice. He's got Retaliate, so applies directly and returns damage to an enemy. Applies instantly, so the minute you hit this when you're in the fight, for the next 3 strikes that the enemy does, you're gonna take 20% less damage, and he's gonna reflect 125% of the damage he's inflicted back onto him. So always a nice little ability. You take more damage at the same time of hurting him as well when it's not even your attack. So it's quite a nice little ability he's got there. And yes, Stunning Blow. Delivers a swift strike to enemies. Strikes for 160% damage and inflicts stun for 2 ticks. Really nice, especially if you can get up behind somebody and use this as a surprise attack, because that way you get your hit in, they're stunned, and you can hit them twice more before they're actually able to retaliate. So yeah, not only is he a good tank, but he can obviously with this ability, you know, you can pile through a few people without actually having to tank any damage. So yeah, nice ability. So let's get back to the calendar. As I said, you've got your cube DNA cube tokens again, which I think equates to about 12 or 13 normal cubes you can open if you log in every day, which is nice. Unfortunately, they didn't buff the codexes. I really was hoping that they were going to buff the codexes. It would have been really nice. But as I said, it's still free stuff for logging into the game. You know, I play the game every day. These are just little bonuses. So it's always nice when they give you kind of something for nothing, just for turning the game on, really. So even if you're not a hardcore player and you play casually, just by logging in, you're going to get some goodies that will just help progress your account. So always a nice little touch. Yeah, it just looks like now every month they're going to obviously release a new featured hero within the calendar. So yeah, I'll obviously every month I'll come out with the update of who the new hero's obviously going to be. Obviously you're going to know that because you've got your own calendar. But I'll just obviously do what I've done in this video and go through the abilities and just give you a little breakdown of the hero that you're getting basically. So yeah, it'll be all right. And if you haven't already noticed, the new update went live. So as you can see in the top left hand corner, there's now a mailbox. But you go to that mailbox and it's empty. Nothing read, nothing unread. Would have been nice if they'd pop a message in saying this update is now live. Like, you know, your first little bit of mail, it would have been quite nice. But obviously chose not to do that. But yeah, so that's one of the features. And let's just check if this actually did go live. Where's that one, the weapon? Because I managed to cheese this. I managed to get the blighted axe with the wrong material. Yeah, they've changed it to ruby now. It was emerald, which was a mistake, but I didn't have a ruby. I had an emerald, and they made the mistake, and I managed to get the axe, which was obviously a nice little touch. So yeah, so basically that's just the video. I just thought it'd be a nice, short, sweet video of just explaining the login calendar, giving you a little breakdown of the hero. As I said, once again, thank you ever so much for everybody who views the channel, subscribes to the channel. You know, being a small YouTuber, you know, it always helps. And, you know, one day, if I ever make it big, I promise I won't forget you all. All right, so thank you ever so much for tuning in. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.